No, the reviews for this computer were just simply too good, and I was like, okay, add it to the 0% interest card. So,
well done.
I have saved a shocking amount on alcohol this year, so
well, good.
I'll be able to pay it off with my like 2 months of alcohol consumption.
That's impressive.
That's how I'm buying things now. How many weeks of alcohol would I have drank to pay for this back in the day?
I finished a bottle of wine last night, and it was like a 1.5 glass pour, and I was throwing the bottle away, like when Monty was walking in the door, and he's like, "Oh, did you do that tonight?" I'm like, "No, this is the third time I've been into the bottle this week. Thank you." He thought it was super funny.
I bet. Good timing.
I feel like 3 nights is better than 1 night.
Yeah, for sure.
Right?
Yes.
I was getting caught up on the CMAs. They were Wednesday night because I like to find out what's going on in country music. And it's also like, how are you really doing an award show right now? But they had a kind of interesting setup. It was just a room of the people nominated. And there were 2 stages on either side of the room. So there were performances on those 2 stages. And in the middle of the room, they had a stage for where they presented and people came up and retrieved their awards. But everybody was like at their own table. It was like the coolest club in Nashville that night. Like all the favorites were around, watching these performances. It was just weird that it wasn't an award show. You know what I mean? And it was weird that I think Zoom award shows are weirder, but it was just different. Did you get to see any of the highlights or anything?
No. So they were all at tables that were spaced apart?
Yeah, kind of like the Golden Globes. Everybody has their own table, but it wasn't as big of a table. And no one was wearing masks. I take that back. I think there was a couple of people in the crowd that were wearing masks, but not to be rude, but they're people you don't care about. So they could have been like seat fillers.
Okay, so those people could perish and you'd be fine with it? Is that what you're saying?
Well, you're not going to... They might be a producer. They might be a songwriter. They're not the face that you see in country music. Does that make sense? I shouldn't say you don't care about them.
If we perish, a song might not get written, but it'd be a song that we didn't know wasn't getting written, so who cares? Forget those people.
Well, I mean, Carrie Underwood wasn't wearing a mask. Maybe that's a better... The people you do know weren't wearing masks, and maybe that's because they were socially distanced.
Well, how is it not an award show?
It is, but it doesn't have the crowds like an award show.
Oh, because they still gave out awards.
They still gave out awards.
Right.
And Maren Morris, we play her. She won a lot for the Bones. So I was really rooting for Maren. That was a good night. But my kids kept interrupting while I was watching, and they kept asking questions. I'm like, you guys know this is my job. Like, I'm trying to figure this out for work, right? And they're like, so is she married? Does she have any kids? Why is he wearing that hat? Like, who's this guy talking? It was just kind of, if you were trying to work at the dining table and your kids kept like interrupting, I don't know. But they were really excited to watch music like I was. So that was good.
Here's a tip. So next time there's an award show or some kind of TV programming you need to watch for work and you don't want your kids annoying you, tell them they can watch that stupid Cupcake and Dino show that you hate in a different room.
I should have just sent them to bed is what I should have done.
Although you guys don't currently have you only have the one room that has the 2 TVs. You don't have TVs in any other rooms. Is that right?
We have a TV in our bedroom.
That's right. That's right.
TV in the bedroom, which sometimes on Sunday, one kiddo wants to play Mario Kart while we're watching football, and the other's like, I don't want to play Mario Kart. And we're like, okay, you can go watch Cupcakes and Dino. I don't ever use those words. I say, okay, you can watch Netflix or something. But a lot of times, Matt, I'll say, nothing stupid, though. Nothing stupid.
That's my favorite thing. Yeah, for anyone that's missed it, Kate's talked before about the kids saying, hey, I'm going to turn on the TV. You're like, all right, nothing stupid, because it's going to be in like your peripheral vision as you're cooking or something, right?
Right, or even in the room where I can't see, but I feel like it's turning their brains to mush. Turn on National Geographic, please.
Oh, so you're fine with them watching it and turning their brain to mush as so long as you're not witnessing it?
No, that's what I'm saying. Even if I'm not in the same room, don't watch that junk.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Even if I'm not there, I don't want you to watch stupid things. But we love National Geographic, and on Disney Plus, they have several nature documentaries and stuff. But our dog watches TV. So if it's anything that's animals, not so much like underwater, but anything with lions or gorillas or bears or anything that resembles an animal that he would encounter.
Oh, my.
He's obnoxious to watch those things with. So we watch a lot of ocean documentaries because he doesn't get all fired up about whales.
Sometimes you guys got to lock the dog up in a room.
Oh, gosh, Matt, you would be such a good parent. You can't just put the baby in the room.
The dog is now the baby?
Well, the dog cries like a baby. So
what's your dog's name?
Rockney.
Rockney. How have I not heard this before?
I don't know. He's a legendary football coach from Notre Dame.
Rockney. Okay.
Newt Rockney. Yep.
Now I've got to commit this one to memory. Okay.
Yep. Get it in there.
Rockney.
And if you want to get really fancy, he's Rockney Quinn. Because when Monty and I met at a Notre Dame football game, the quarterback was Brady Quinn.
Oh, I was going to say Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman.
No. A little credit here.
When we met, our first date was watching Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman together.
No. It wasn't our first. Right. No, let me tell you about the first date.
Rockney. I think I can remember this. All right.
Oh, yeah. We met at a Notre Dame football game, Colorado Springs Air Force Academy, right? First date was on the border, Mexican restaurant. And wait for it. You ready? You got to write this down because I know you want to take notes on how to be the ultimate Casanova. Ready? Dick's Sporting Goods.
Oh, yeah, that is a hot date.
Hot date. He did not live in Kansas City. I lived in Kansas City. He was going to come up and shop. It was around Christmas time. He was going to shop for his nephews. And I had to be out of town on Saturday, so we did this Friday night date. And I said, I can help you. So we went to dinner because I told him I liked Mexican food. So we did On the Border. And then we walked around Dick's Sporting Goods. You want to know what he bought?
Rollerblades.
Nothing. Zero. We just walked around Dick's Sporting Goods. And then I had to go back to Topeka that night. So it was like, okay, see you later. And it was so magical. We had a second date and a third and a fourth. So it's a fun story.
Were all those at Dick's Sporting Goods?
No. We only go there on our anniversary. Celebrate the magic.
Boring. Do you really? Or are you just being silly?
I am being silly.
That'd be hilarious if you did.
I do. Hey, Casanova, want to take me out for a good time? Dick's Sporting Goods.
Picnic in the parking lot, Kate.
We do hit Dick's Sporting Goods on Black Friday. Well, we did before pandemic, but we would joke about it every year at Black Friday. Hey, remember that time?
So you guys met at this game? This football game? Was it at Arrowhead or something?
No, it was at Air Force, Colorado Springs. Notre Dame was playing Air Force. He was there. I was there. We were not together. We met quite randomly.
You both happened to be in...
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Uh-huh. And somebody from his tailgate started talking to somebody from our tailgate. And I saw that there were some KU shirts off in the distance. And I said, hey, there's some Rock Chalkers. And it was the group that this guy was from. And he's like, oh, yeah, that's my group. I said, anybody's young, single, and attractive over there? Keep in mind, Matt, I was on my best behavior because I did have my younger brother with me. So it wasn't like out there trying to find somebody. I had no makeup on. I had a ball cap.
Some people whore around with their brother in tow.
Oh, God. I mean, like, I wasn't in the bottle either because my younger brother was there. Like, I was drinking beer, but I wasn't like, keg stands, woo, beer pong.
Yeah. What a responsible, boring sister you were.
That's exactly what my brother called me. He was like, come on.
Is that right?
I was like, Mom's going to kill me if you get drunk at Notre Dame football game. And, oh, by the way, you're 18. No.
Okay, so you met there.
We met there.
And then a week later or something, you went out of your way to meet each other in Kansas City?
No, we met there, and he was on his way to go elk hunting, and I was just there for the game. And then I ran in to the person from his tailgate who introduced us. I ran into him at a rest stop on I-70. And we were just, I know. This is where my mom goes, this is the Holy Spirit working, Kate. So we're at the same gas station on I-70, and his name's Craig. Craig had gotten bad tea at one rest stop, so he stopped at this one. Patrick and I were just getting gas and some snacks. Craig's like, hey, did you have good seats? Yeah, wasn't it a good game? Did you have fun? Sure. And I said, if Monty's ever in Kansas City, he should call me. Because when Monty and I were talking at the football game, Monty's mom lived like 15 minutes from me. His cousins are a big family in Topeka that are good friends with my family. And his dad used to work with one of my girlfriend's dads. It was just 3 connections. I was like, that's kind of random. But I just told Craig, if Monty's ever in Kansas City, he should call me. And Craig just flat out says, he didn't ask for he doesn't have your number. I'm like, I know. So I'm going to give it to you. And then you're going to give it to him. And then he can call me.
Weird.
Very weird. Huh. But because he was on a mountain elk hunting, he had to wait till he got back. And then he called me. And that was November. And then we had our first date December 15th, 16th-ish.
Okay.
I'll have to go back to the calendar to look. But yeah.
Oh, man.
I know. It's a crazy story. It's a long story. So anytime somebody goes, well, how did you guys meet? I'm like, how much time do you have? Because there's no way that would have worked out. What if Craig had great tea and just kept on rolling? I didn't know Monty's last name. There's no way I could have like Google stalked him or anything like that.
Well, that's funny because we were just talking about tea and whether tea was acceptable out of a soda fountain or not.
Right. Apparently not for Craig.
Well, I don't know. Was Craig's tea out of a soda fountain?
I don't know. I was just saying bad tea. It must have been out of a soda fountain. So he had to stop and get fresh brewed.
I don't know. I thought maybe the quality control on the soda fountain tea might actually be more consistent, but bad tea's no fun.
Yeah, because that's the heart of this story, really.
And somehow you're not drinking tea, Kate?
No.
That is the heart of this story. What are you talking about?
I need to get more tea in my life. You're probably right. Write that down. I said it. You're probably right.
I don't need to write things down. Remember, I commit these things to memory.
I know, because I'm going to deny it. I never said that.
I could just take it out of my brain in the future and then write it down and then...
Show me the evidence.
What are you going to do? Take it to someone from Forensic Files and they're going to tell you the date that I actually wrote it based on the aging of the ink?
You didn't have this notarized. It doesn't count. It's...
Okay.
It's fraudulent. That's what I was looking for.
Yeah, you're right. Well...
Yeah, so that's the true romantic story of Kate and Monty. And he's been so glad I shoved my number down his throat all these years.
Shoved it down his throat?
Well, he didn't ask for my number. I basically was like, Craig, give him my number. Have him call me.
I was going to say, shoving down his throat, we probably would have done that day of. But no, you waited until you ran into some random friend of his at a rest stop.
Right. And we still see Craig all the time.
I sure hope so.
Yeah, and Craig's like, you're welcome. Thanks, Craig.
You should bring him out to you on your anniversary dinners or whatever.
Michelle is Craig's wife, and it's even more funny when Michelle tells the story because Michelle talks about, it's totally okay when your husband asks you for a piece of paper to write down this girl's number at a gas station on I-70 in the middle of Kansas. I'm like, thanks, Michelle. Did me a solid. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I might have just thrown that away if I were Craig.
Oh, gosh.
Like, okay, there's a psycho. I'll go ahead and save Monty the trouble.
Would not have made it on Cupid's team.
Oh, man.
No.
I might have. I don't know.
Remember that girl you met at the tailgate? Real mouthy, wearing a hat? Yeah, I got her number.
Right.
And you know what's really cute? Monty still has the credit card receipt with my number on it.
Oh.
Isn't that cute?
Yeah, I assume that the receipt itself is just blank at this point.
Yeah. Well, not the side with my writing. My ink is still on there.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Whatever was on the receipt that was purchased, gone. But Monty always just says he was just too shy. Because when we first met at that football game, he was not a talkative guy either. It was kind of like pulling teeth to talk. So here we are. Lucky in love.
Mm-hmm.
I know.
All right, Kate. So you sent me this text yesterday.
I felt a little Like you were coming after me yesterday about my supplements. So when it came in the mail, I was like, hey, buddy, looky here. It just came in the mail and I'm so happy. So I sent you the text.
Right. And so the text says, my bucket of vitamins arrived. All caps. So happy. Happy with 3 Ps.
Yeah.
3 exclamation points.
I was that happy, Matt.
And yeah, it's a nutrition facts. So it's the label on the side of this bucket because you're trying to convince me that this is not something questionable to be consuming every day. Is that right?
Every day.
Okay, 50 calories, Kate.
Every day.
Are you sure you want to be spending that 50 calories there?
Yes, I do.
Okay. And let's see. You got 3% of your daily total fat covered. 5% of your potassium. Sodium, 5 milligrams, but that counts as 0% of your daily value. 3% carb, 16% dietary fiber, and then we start getting into these ones here. Vitamin A, 100% vitamin D3, 250%, thiamine, 100, niacin, 50, folic acid, 50, etc., so on and so forth, like you would typically see on the side of a bottle. And then
vitamin B12, did you see that? 1,600%.
I saw all of them. I just wasn't sure I wanted to read through the entire list.
I know. I was just pointing out the big number.
That is questionable. Impressive. See, that's one of those ones like, do you really think you're absorbing 1,600% of your daily value of vitamin B12? Oh, no. And so in response to your my bucket of vitamins just arrived, so happy, I write, yummy chemical powders. Is there an ingredient section? And then there's Nick Jonas doing the chef's kiss animated GIF. And then ingredients. Soluble stabilized rice bran and rice germ is the first ingredient. And then a whole bunch of other ingredients. Halfway down, we see things like broccoli powder, cranberry powder, noni juice powder. See, now we're inventing food items. Yerba mate powder. I'm familiar with that. That's probably where the majority of the caffeine in this product comes from.
It does say guarana seed extract with natural caffeine up higher.
Okay, so there's another one there.
Yeah.
And then at the very bottom, we see riboflavin and methylcobalamin.
Milk thistle. That's a good one. Red ginseng.
Vitamin B12. But there are more things on here that I thought I would recognize because my response ended up being, hey, I recognize some of those ingredients. So
all-in-one natural drink.
Right. And then I should have commented, it says a synergistic blend of whole food concentrates. I don't know that whether there's synergy happening here with this, so that kind of changes my opinion.
Okay.
Are you making sure it's stored in a cool, dry place?
Yes, sir. Take good care of it.
And you're checking if it arrived. Okay, here's a good question. So you were excited to see your bucket O nutrients arrive yesterday. And what if the seal were missing or broken? Because it says do not use if seal is missing or broken. Would you be able to restrain yourself, or would you have to say, sorry, safety precaution, I need these vitamins in me right now?
That has happened before.
Oh.
And I called the company and I said, hey, this happened. And they said, take a picture. And so I took a picture and I said, how soon can you send me a new one? Because I'm down to my last 3 scoops. And they're like, we'll have one there tomorrow. So
oh my gosh.
They took care of me. Yeah.
How about that? Contains naturally occurring caffeine, not recommended for children, pregnant women, or people sensitive to caffeine.
So I showed it to my pediatrician. And she said that like when the kids are sick or down, it would probably be okay to give them a shaker of a scoop of this, but they probably shouldn't be doing it every day like I do it. And I said, okay.
So you got the pediatrician to override the company's warning label, is that what you're saying? Okay.
Yep.
And then you sent me a photo of the pinched fingers emoji.
Yeah, I was trying to do it on Emojipedia, and that's the best I could do.
Because it's not available in your phone currently?
I guess not. I thought it would be, but I clicked on it, and then I hit share, and that's what happens.
Oh, okay. You might have been able to copy and paste the actual, I don't know. See, they illustrate things on Emojipedia. They got to put a photo there in case your browser doesn't support that emoji yet.
See if I can. Because I was trying to figure out how do I create it, like you were saying, like what's the sequence?
Well, you should be able to type, like, did you know you can do this if you start typing something in your message? You can type out what the emoji name is and then hit the emoji keyboard, and it will fill it.
Pinched fingers. Emoji. Nope.
Really?
Yeah.
Pinched fingers.
Maybe I try pinched finger.
Boom. Send it to you.
Mine has a question mark.
Oh, yeah. You need to run a software update on your phone there, Kate.
I just did it, but from you to me, it's a question mark.
Well, yeah, on my iPhone, it shows up just fine. Pinched fingers.
I just did the update last week. So
I think the update arrived between your update and I think you got another update waiting for you.
Update payment information. Finish setting up my iPhone, which is the payment information. I have no updates waiting for me.
So you go to the settings general and then software update and it says no updates?
Nope.
14.2?
Hold on. General. Software update. 14.2.
Whoa, Kate, what's wrong?
I don't know, Matt. I just got a new case.
Well, this is... are you worried that the case has defeated your new emoji? Is blocking the new emoji?
Case did not work on my phone for a while. I couldn't make calls. I had to take the case off and redo it. I could make calls, but nobody could hear me.
This is devastating news. You might want to look to see if you have... you should look to see if you have any of the other new emoji in there. Maybe there's something weird with your software.
Maybe.
Uh-oh. So Kate does not have the latest emoji.
No.
This is big news for the show.
I was going to say, I'm not in a market to buy a new phone like Matt did. I'm still spending money on alcohol.
Well, you don't need a new phone. I mean, it may just be a software issue. I mean, it likely is a software issue. It's not going to be the hardware. If your phone's capable of supporting the latest operating system, you might just need to either wipe the phone clean and start over, or just wait for the next 14.2.1 update or whatever.
Okay.
You might try restarting that phone too. Maybe restart that phone.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm going to turn it off.
Yeah, turn that phone off and turn it back on.
Turning it off.
And then we'll find out here in a bit. This is the kind of teases we need on this show, Kate.
This is ridiculously boring, Matt. You're calling this a tease.
Thrilling content.
Will her phone have the update?
This is only topped by when we slowly Google things.
This is when I go, who cares?
Oh, man. But that phone can restart and we can talk about other things.
Yes, let's talk. Can we just talk about things on our list? No.
Oh, is that an original? Or?
That was. You like that?
That's pretty good.
The girls don't like it when I start saying that and then I add their chores to it. Can we just talk about doing the dishwasher? And they're like, Mom, stop. You know what I did, though, last night? I knew that all three of us girls were kind of in a rut. I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was just the weather, but I turned on Christmas music, Matt. And we had a dance party in the kitchen. And then we were all in a good mood 20 minutes later. So we didn't do our grumpy, growly voice like I said we were going to, which I know you love so much. Instead, we did a Christmas music dance party. And I got some extra steps just by singing and moving it to some Jingle Bell Rock.
Grumpy, growly voice.
Yes, you do recall the grumpy, growly voice experiment that we did?
Yes, I remember you kept on trying to get me to say something that was lovely.
Something that would make you happy.
Right.
And it turns out...
tried to say it in a mean, sad voice.
No, not
angry
sad.
Voice,
angry,
voice.
Grumpy. And your voice that you gave me was... Meh. It wasn't like angry. Which I don't know how to not do the voice without sounding like Cookie Monster.
That went butterflies.
Exactly.
Once I finally gave in.
I just see you on the front porch with your pants too high and like your suspenders on your plaid shirt and your cane, and you go, get out of my driveway when you do that. And I don't think that you're that guy, but that voice.
High pants, come on.
Yeah, that's what that voice, butterflies. Get out of my yard.
That's because I was desperately trying. I was trying my best to actually muster something for you.
Oh, Matt.
Because I was feeling bad for being so dismissive. Yeah, see, I tried, Kate.
Thanks for trying.
But growly voice, so grumpy growly. You said that Yeah, you read or heard this from somebody, so you read it somewhere. You didn't want to disclose it, which is fine. Whatever. I gave in on that, too.
Correct.
Did they use the word growly when they were describing this?
Yes.
Grumpy growly?
Grumpy growly.
I've never heard such a thing before.
Well, because it was directed to children, so that's how they're describing it to children. I'm not going to go into our conference room at our next meeting and say, all right, lads and ladies, we need to get in our best grumpy growly voice. I mean, I'm not going to talk to adults like that, but this is how the hack was, and I felt like it worked. So I thought, hey, I'm going to try it with Matt. And Matt goes, butterflies. So
I think it's pretty similar. Similar in spirit.
There's
maybe
no
not.
Growly. You're supposed to get after it. It's supposed to make you feel, I think, silly doing it so you forget about being grumpy. Or having a case of the Mondays, which I know you love it when I say that.
Right.
Which legit, I don't say that to people, in all seriousness. Matt, you okay?
Yeah.
Got a case of the Mondays? I say it just to make you, oh man.
I'm aware, but I understand, yes, the need to make the listeners aware that, yes, correct, you're not one of those people. You were just using that as an example.
Exactly. I felt like that needed to be cleared up. I don't say that.
I would be the same way. I don't blame you for pointing that out. All right, so has your phone restarted?
Oh, we're doing this.
Yeah.
6 minutes remaining.
What do you mean we're doing this?
We're doing
6 minutes? So it's updating now?
I don't know. It's closing, and it's got the bar going across, and it says it's closed, not closing. It's closed. And it's got the bar going across, and it says 6 minutes remaining.
Oh, so you didn't have the latest software installed?
I didn't hit install. I just tried to turn it off.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, maybe it just got hung up on its install last time. Interesting.
That's possible.
Okay, for anyone just now joining us.
This is really intense stuff, you guys. Catch this.
Thinking Kate's software is up to date on her iPhone, I sent her the pinched fingers emoji, which is a new emoji recently released on the iPhone and may be available already on your Android phone or coming soon to an Android phone near you. Well, it showed up as a question mark on Kate's phone. And now we're trying to figure out, what happened there? Because we were certain that Kate's phone had the latest software on there. In fact, it seems like it reported that to her. It's like, okay, maybe you have a software issue. Maybe we should start by restarting the phone to see what happens. And now it looks like it's finishing its install from earlier.
So to clear this up, today
this is thrilling.
We're checking out the software on Kate's phone. Tomorrow, we're going to watch paint dry.
Kate, what are you talking about?
I know. Matt, the things that get you on a cliffhanger kind of.
This is thrilling content. Well, we're watching the paint dry, but then we see that we check in on the paint, and the paint's drying. And then we went and talked about something else. And now we've looked at it again, and it's continuing to dry.
Come back, and
then we can move on to a new topic. So it's
that's
fine.
not eggshell.
And each time this is thrilling, the listener is just like, oh my gosh.
I can't get out of my car. I wonder if her phone has the update. I better stay in.
Yeah, they're like, is his pinched fingers emoji going to show up after the reboot? Oh my God, Kate, come on.
The pinched finger emoji, it's exciting.
See, I just don't know.
It's exciting. Now I've got that song stuck in my head, though. Can we just talk?
How many minutes left now, Kate?
Talk about this soul phone. 4.
Okay. So we'll rejoin the phone here in a little bit. And once again, this is thrilling content, despite what Kate says.
Despite. Did you see that turkey pillow hat from Arby's?
No. This is the first I've been made aware of that there is any kind of turkey pillow hat from Arby's or anywhere else, really.
I think this could really, we talked about the KFC fire log for your fireplace for the person on your list that's hard to gift for. But what about an Arby's deep fried turkey pillow? It's a turkey-shaped pillow that you pull over your entire head. Why? So you can experience the warm feeling of being inside of a turkey carcass. Arby's, we have the meats. I think it's not going to be very long until, back to future times when everything is back to current times when people are flying again. We're going to see a lot of turkey hats on planes because you're supposed to be able to pull it over you so you could take a nap on the flight and nobody's going to say anything to you.
Maybe it's for kinks or something.
Oh, okay.
No kink shaming. Okay, Kate.
No kink shaming, but you
Right.
always go to kink and I go to like sleep.
Doesn't that seem like an autoerotic asphyxiation kind of apparatus?
I was wondering if you thought when you thought kink, if it was supposed to be like cosplay, like I'm a turkey lurking for my hen. No? Isn't that what they call girls? Turkeys? Hens? Turkey Tom?
Oh, something like that.
Turkey hens? Okay.
I try not to. I don't think that would go over well.
Okay. Well, we see a lot of turkeys, so we.
If I started calling you a hen, Kate, you think you would appreciate that?
Ooh, probably not. Probably not. I mean, you and I have a different relationship that if just somebody down the hall is like, "What's up, hen?" I'd be like, "What? No, thanks." Because calling someone a Tom isn't the same. I can call him Richard, and that might get it across.
Yeah.
Okay, so the Arby's turkey pillows. You want to know where to get them?
Yes.
Arby's deep fried turkeypillow.com. I know, it's a tricky web address. Tricky.
Arby's what?
Arby's deep fried turkeypillow.com. So you're essentially putting in the item.com. They are going for about $60 right now, and they're almost sold out. But if you go on to Arby's deep fried turkeypillow.com, enter to win one, they'll hook you up with a 50% off turkey sandwich. It's a coupon. So buy one, get one for 50% off at Arby's if you like their meats.
Okay.
So,
or if you don't like their meats and you just want the thing.
Well, then that could be your Christmas present.
So in the spirit of the KFC log, Arby's has fooled us into not only giving them free publicity, but mentioning their slogan over and over again. So
I know.
Congrats to Arby's on that. Speaking of which, Kate, I forgot to share, I got this text message from my dad when we were talking about the KFC log, because he's like, oh yeah, maybe I can get my parents a KFC log.
Did Papa Stooks say, nope, Matt, we want the cash?
So he sent me this message. We'd love the KFC log as long as it included the bucket of chicken. And then he has 3 drumstick emoji. How about that next level emoji used by my dad?
Papa Stooks, proud of you.
Yeah.
What if you get the log, you get the bucket, you've got the chickens, but Matt eats the skins. The skins are gone. Is that okay? Papa Stooks, I'll give you the chicken in a bucket with the log, but I ate the skins. Is that cool?
I pre-skinned them for you.
Oh, that's the best part of the KFC chicken anyways, right? The skin?
Yes.
No word on this, though, if the pillow actually smells like a deep fried turkey. So, like, when you're putting the turkey on your head, will it actually smell like turkey or a turkey carcass? Oh, it makes me think of Friends when Monica put the turkey and Joey had the turkey on his head. Remember that?
No, I was probably watching Seinfeld.
Oh, God. Didn't Seinfeld come first?
Yeah, yes, it did.
Okay, so Seinfeld turned off, and you're like, gotta go, guys. I'm not going to stick around for 22 minutes of Joey and Monica and Chandler and Rachel.
Right.
Can't just be like, no, I missed that one. You're like, oh, I was watching Seinfeld, you dummy. Like, that's where that went.
I thought it gave us an opportunity to do a callback, to a previous episode. All right, so...
Hold on. It still says 4 minutes, but I don't know that...
Okay, well, yeah, you can't trust those timers on those phones, huh?
Nope. You can't trust anybody, Matt. Can't trust anybody.
Well, no.
Did you see Marty McFly? Michael J. Fox was on the People magazine recently about his Parkinson's disease.
No.
Okay, so he's on the cover of a People magazine, and he's also in a new commercial with Lil Nas X.
How about that?
And you think, Lil Nas X, Michael J. Fox, of course, why wouldn't it be? But it is a Back to the Future Marty McFly style, and it's in the trailer for Lil Nas X's Christmas song called Holiday. So it fools you that it's Back to the Future, what is that, 3 in the Wild Wild West, and Marty McFly all dressed up like a cowboy.
Oh, yeah, and then I clicked to this article that you shared in our show notebook here, and there's a tweet from Christopher Lloyd. Great Scott, looks like where Lil Nas X is going, he doesn't need roads.
Great Scott! Yeah.
I can't do it justice.
No.
Well, however, I can do, Christopher Lloyd, he was in Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Mm-hmm.
Are you familiar?
Scary. Super scary in that movie.
Yeah, I can do his voice from that. You want to hear it?
Always.
Should I try?
Go for it.
Okay. Toward the end of the film, I'm not going to spoil too much of it, but he's all, "Remember me, Eddie, when I killed your brother? I talked just like this." What do you think?
I can see his big old bug eyes, too.
Right.
Well done, Matt. Well done.
And congratulations to anyone who had their alarm set to KJ1055 at just that moment.
Right. That's a hell of a way to wake up.
Uh-huh.
I liked Christopher Lloyd in Taxi. I was trying to think of the TV show. He played a weirdo. I think it was.
Did you watch that on Nick at Night? Or?
Nick at Night, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good old Nick at Night.
Well, for a long time, that was like the only TV my mom would let us watch. So we watched a lot of Ozzie and Harriet and I Love Lucy and Dick Van Dyke. I still can watch Dick Van Dyke and I Love Lucy all the time.
Yeah, I saw Dick Van Dyke on an old episode of the Dick Cavett Show. Showed up on YouTube.
Yeah.
And then when I was watching Beetlejuice at the dinner party scene, which we talked about recently, where they become possessed, I was like, "Is that Dick Cavett?" And sure enough, Dick Cavett is one of the guests at that. Do you know that?
Now, see, I didn't know that that's his name, but I know who that is. I knew that he had a TV show, and yeah.
That's a good sit-down style. If you ever watch any of those old late-night shows,
yeah,
because now someone comes out and they're on the couch for like 3 minutes, right?
Right.
And
they would have the whole show, right?
And yes, they were on there for maybe not the whole show, but at least like half of it.
Okay.
A bit. So, and then they did audience research, and then turns out people have no attention span.
Well, they do. And I'm thinking mostly of Jimmy Fallon. He does a lot of games with his guests. So he might not have them on the couch, like really digging into what's going on in their personal life. Because they also didn't have the internet then, Matt, that we could already find out that he's in this movie and he's been doing this. And I'd rather see him, lip sync songs. And I don't know who him would be at this moment that I'm saying the celebrity on the couch. But do you ever watch any of James Corden?
I've seen just a bit of it.
Okay, so I don't stay up that late, but anytime they do a Spill Your Guts, which is when they have a celebrity guest and they have a table sitting between them of disgusting items of food that you either have to answer the question or pick something from the table to eat. And these are usually not your questions that I don't know. It's not anything like, who is your favorite teacher when you're growing up? It's more like, of all your movies, which one did you hate the most? And so instead of having to answer these movies, celebrities will eat really gross things. And they ask James Corden questions too, but I think it's fantastic.
So it's like truth or dare, where you can decide just to substitute a dare. Mm-hmm. Interesting.
Yeah. I mean, people with weak stomachs probably shouldn't watch it.
Yeah. Yeah. I see a lot of late night clips. I mean, I subscribe to Colbert on YouTube. Mm-hmm. And then some of the other ones sneak into. From time to time, it will surface a Fallon clip or Seth Meyers or something like that. I don't think I've seen any Corden clips show up.
I don't get as many Jimmy Kimmel or Seth Meyers, but I get a lot of Jimmy Fallon and I get a lot of James Corden. And then this is random, but I love it. And I have fallen in love with this talk show host, Graham Norton from the BBC.
Oh, okay.
Have you ever watched any of his shows?
No.
So he, back in the day, now it's all social distance, but back in the day, he would sit in a chair and then all of his guests would sit on one couch and they'd all come out at the same time. So they'd be interacting all together instead of just interviewing him one at a time. And I think it's really funny, and it's BBC, so they can cuss, and they're always having a cocktail. It just seems more relaxed than they are on some of the American late nights. Yeah.
That kind of reminds me of, have you seen Hot Ones? Have you seen that YouTube series?
I love that. I love Hot Ones. That's a genius idea.
Yeah, we may have mentioned this before, but for anyone who missed it, Sean Evans is the name of the host, and then he and a guest eat increasingly hotter and hotter wings.
Right.
And the guests many times get hilariously affected by the hot wings.
It's almost like they're drunk.
Right.
By
and
the
they
heat.
do answer a lot more candidly to questions than they probably otherwise would have. It's really good.
It's really good. I don't know that I could ever do hot ones because I think I love wings, but I don't think I could do like super hot wings like they do. But they talk about how the wings are always cold. Like imagine if the wings were like served up fresh. Could you get it down or is it easier because it's cold? I don't know.
Well, they just have to take a bite. They don't have to finish all the wings. They just have to make sure they take a bite out of it.
They don't have to finish, no.
But some do. Some eat it,
Get down.
lick it clean to the bone, yeah.
Rachel Ray didn't like, they were doing drummies and she likes wings, or they were wings and she likes drummies. Either way, she didn't like this style of chicken. So she was just taking a spoonful of the sauce.
Oh, okay.
And doing the sauce one at a time.
Yeah. That's
Ugh.
Now, the key there is they give you that parachute. They give you the milk. The milk there on the side, because dairy really does a good job dousing the heat.
Right.
So I'm up for it. Yeah, I'll go on the show. So I don't think I'm famous enough for that, though, to be clear.
You don't think so?
Nope. Not even close.
I think they made it a big deal. Like, if you do the milk, then you're a Sally O'Malley.
Nah, he doesn't humiliate the guests. I mean, the audience could surmise that. Yeah.
He doesn't. No, I think they, like, some of the guests would be like, if I drink the milk, am I, like, cowering out? And they for a while, I felt like it was not encouraged. And then it's, drink the milk.
So once again, the name of that YouTube series for anyone that wants to look it up, because there are some like A-list guests on there, some really good ones.
Yeah.
Like Charlize Theron's on one. I'm trying to think of other really big stars. Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah.
Is a random one that's on there. Can you remember any off the top of your head, Kate?
Well, you put me on the spot by saying A-list, and I'm just thinking of, I think Dax Shepard does, Rachel Ray, Michael Rappaport. Kevin Hart's is hilarious.
Oh, yeah, Kevin Hart. Yeah.
Kevin Hart is so funny. I haven't watched it in a while. I need to go back, but they get drunk on this heat that they might as well have taken the 6 shots of vodka because,
Right.
Yeah, that's a good show, Matt. Ooh, it's a good one.
All right, Kate, we're running up against time. What's your phone look like?
It still says preparing. It says preparing update, so it must have gotten caught up on the last one.
Okay, well.
But the wheel on the settings, I've never noticed that. It's spinning. But it doesn't have a time on it anymore.
Well, this will be a thrilling cliffhanger, so join us on our next show where we'll check back in on Kate's phone, which has been updating all morning.
All morning.
We're waiting for the...
But nothing's wrong with it. It's fine.
We're waiting for the pinched finger emoji. We realized this morning that Kate's phone was not properly updated because I sent her the pinched finger emoji, and she didn't get it.
Nope.
And it's new emoji that's come on the latest software update, and it seems like her phone must have stopped updating mid-update, and so that'll be something to look forward to on our next show.
Right.
Hooray.
Whoa.
Great.